Hi Sunflower Dental family, Dr. Danielle Franklin here, and today we are going to talk about brushing. But before we do, please do me a quick favor and in the comment section below, go ahead and let me know where you're watching from. And if you're excited to hear about brushing, do me another favor and in the comment section type in brushing. Okay, so we've always heard that it's important to brush your teeth each day. But why? It's important to brush your teeth each day because throughout the day, we're eating food and drinking beverages. And even though we have saliva in our mouth, all of that is not being swallowed and going into our digestive system. Some of it stays deposited on our teeth. So think of it as like remnants of what you're eating and drinking throughout the day. Some of those remnants are still staying on your teeth. And if we don't remove this each day, it just builds up, and bacteria loves that. And it starts eating away at those food remnants, and then that's when our tooth starts breaking down and we start developing cavities. That's why it's very important for us to brush our teeth twice a day, but especially at nighttime. So that way we can ensure that we're removing all of the food and drink, any of those remnants that we've been having throughout the day to make sure we have a clean tooth surface and a clean mouth so bacteria has no motivation and no desire, right, to fester in our mouth and start breaking down our healthy tooth structures. So that's why it's very important to brush. Now, let's talk about the types of toothbrushes. There are so many options out there, and sometimes I know it can get a little overwhelming. But whichever brand you choose, there are two major types of toothbrushes. There's the manual toothbrush and the electric toothbrush. So let's start with the manual. This is a manual toothbrush. So this is just a common toothbrush that, we're all familiar with. And on a manual toothbrush, I recommend for the bristles to either be soft or extra soft. The reason for this is because when we're brushing our teeth, everyone uses different strengths when they brush their teeth. Some people brush their teeth a little more aggressively than others. And even though I'm not so concerned about the teeth, I'm more concerned about the gum tissue. And if we're using a hard bristle brush and we brush our teeth a little more aggressively, we can do some damage to our gum tissue and irritate it. And we definitely don't want to do that because just how we want our teeth to be healthy, we want our gums to be healthy. So by using a soft or extra soft toothbrush, that lowers the chance that if we do brush our teeth a little more aggressively or a little heavy-handed, that we don't hurt our gums in the process. Now, I think a manual toothbrush is great if we're using it correctly. So when we're using a manual toothbrush, we want to make sure that we're using circular motions. Well, why is that? We want to use circular motions because the plaque and bacteria, the film that you fill on your teeth, forms a certain way. It's more of a linear pattern. So by doing the circular motions, we're breaking up the pattern of how that bacteria and how that film and plaque likes to form on our teeth. And it's easier and you're more effective in breaking that up and removing it when you're using circular motions. So if we're doing that twice a day, and especially at nighttime, to make sure we're removing all that remnants that we had throughout the day, a manual toothbrush is an excellent option. Now, let's talk about the other option, which is the electric toothbrush. So here's the electric toothbrush that we have in our office, which is a Sonicare. And on this Sonicare, it has different options. So it has low, medium, and high settings, depending on what your preference is. Now, the goal with the electric toothbrush is not to do circular motions. It has what's called an oscillating effect or a vibration, which helps break that plaque and bacteria up that's on your teeth. But the key goal to using an electric toothbrush is that you let the electric toothbrush work for you. So what do I mean by that? So remember with the manual toothbrush, I was saying how we need to do those circular motions to move around, okay? Since the electric toothbrush has that oscillating effect, and it kind of does that vibration to break up the plaque for you, all you have to do when you're brushing with an electric toothbrush is just guide it along the way. That's all you're doing. So see how I'm just bringing it around? I'm just pretending this is your mouth, and we're just guiding it along all of your teeth. Or if I turn it around this way, if I'm using it for myself, I would just guide it along the teeth slowly and let the toothbrush do the work for us, right? Now, that's very important. And a lot of times with the electric toothbrush, if we're pressing a little too hard, a lot of these electric toothbrushes have a sensor in it that will let us know if we're being a little too aggressive or if we're trying to help it out, right? Because the goal of electric toothbrush is it does the work, and we just guide it along. And if you're trying to do a little extra work, like you're trying to use it as a manual toothbrush, many of these electric toothbrushes will kind of give you a warning to let you know to just back off a little bit and let the toothbrush work for you. So, whether you're choosing a manual toothbrush or an electric toothbrush, they're both awesome. It just depends on your preference and what works best for you. However, no matter which one you choose, you gotta choose one. And recommend brushing in the morning, and it's very important to brush at night, as we said before, to remove all the remnants, the plaque, everything that's been on your teeth that was forming throughout the day. Because the goal is to have a healthy mouth and to be cavity free. And who doesn't want to be cavity free, right? All right, Sunflower Dental family, it was fun checking in with you today. If you enjoyed what we spoke about today, please go ahead and like this video and share it so that we can together educate as many people as we can. I look forward to talking with you next week. And if you have any questions, remember, go ahead and put them in the comment section of this video. And if I answer your question, I'll give you a shout out in the next video. All right. I hope y'all have a wonderful Thursday and see you next week.